Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi! My name is Natasha and it's fantastic to have you here. For today's video, we are going to be discussing the new moon in Scorpio as well as the solar eclipse that is happening. And then we will transition into a tarot reading with some oracle cards about how best to utilize the energy and any advice that the cards have. So with that being said, know that this is a general reading, so take what resonates and know that there's a message in here for you somewhere. All right, this new moon is in Scorpio. It is also a solar eclipse, meaning this new moon is probably going to be rather intense. So new moons mean new beginnings, new cycles, new starts. This can be a really big, fresh start considering the sign that it is under. The new moon, again, is a great time for you to set your intentions, set your goals, work toward your desires, and plant the seeds in order to take that inspired action to let them grow. So this is the time when our conscious mind and our subconscious mind are kind of like on the same playing field. So it's a fantastic time to really dig deep and figure out exactly what we want to create, what we want to bring in, and focus on those goals. So what does it mean with the sign being in Scorpio? Well, this is a fantastic time for you to do shadow work. And I know that can sound scary, it can sound intense, but basically the Scorpio sign is the sign of death, is the sign of rebirth, it's a sign of magic, sometimes spooky, scary skeleton things. It is the sign that is intense and it feels with love, with passion, with fire. And even though, I mean, a lot of people like to say that it is the fiery water sign because it's so intense. So this is about really working through your fears. And as we say that, this is the card here, the work through your fears. So shadow work. So what are some things that really scare you about moving forward, about really tackling your goals head on? What are some things that you might need to work through in order to manifest your best life? What are those things that are keeping you from really going for it? And it could be very easy things to work through, or it could be very intense, like I said, things to work through. But this is the time where it's going to be the best for us to sit with it and to really tackle those feelings head on. Look at this time as a time of rebirth. You can kind of see it as a phoenix rising from the ashes. We've been through a lot. I know through Mercury retrograde, there was a lot that was happening for us. And then we've been having this shadow period of this solar eclipse. So it's bringing about those intense feelings a lot more. It's bringing them up. We might be experiencing really heady feelings. So it's going to be a very important time to really earth yourself and ground yourself in the moment and in the present. So make sure that you are taking care of your everyday tasks and ground yourself, because a lot of the times this energy can feel very floaty and it can get away from us. So we need to work with our kind of shadow side, our dark side, our scary side to get to the light. And then we need to really focus on going deeper. So again, it might be a little scary at first, but there are feelings and emotions and things that we need to work through with this Scorpio new moon that will really benefit us in the long run. Remember to stay grounded, stay strong, be firm with yourself and your emotions and what you want. And remember that it is perfectly acceptable to invest in yourself, to put time, effort, and energy into yourself. It is not selfish to do self-care. It is not selfish to work on yourself. In fact, all of these things help make you a better person to give to other people. So if you can't recharge your battery, you can't give any of that energy to anybody else. So I want to share with you the manifestation affirmation from the Moonology Manifestation deck. It is, life goes in cycles and my life is now regenerating. One more time. Life goes in cycles and my life is now regenerating. Sometimes in this Scorpio energy, it can feel like things are very intense and crazy and chaotic because Scorpio likes to mix things up a little bit. So if you're feeling like that, that affirmation will really help you in the long run get through all of this, because again, it is a cycle. Everything is a cycle. That being said, let's just talk really quickly about the solar eclipse. This happens when the new moon is in between the sun and the earth. And so what that does is it blocks out all the rays. So it can feel very dark. This is again a time to go deeper. This can also be a little bit of a warning too. It brings that little bit of a, okay, we better know what we want. We better move with purpose. We better be clear with what we want and what our purpose is, because again, this is going to feel intense. A lot of this transformation energy is going to feel very, very intense, and it will affect a lot of the Scorpio placements in your chart too. So if you are familiar with your birth chart, the places where the houses, I should say, where you have Scorpio, that's what it's going to feel the most intensely in. So take a look at it if you have your birth chart, just to kind of get grounded and figure out what's going to be affected the most. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and move into the tarot reading, and we'll go through it really quickly so that way you guys can get your info and have a wonderful new moon. All right, I'm using the Halloween Tarot. First card is going to represent the best way to utilize the energy, and Six of Swords. Okay, so this is awesome. So this again is a moment of transition. So this is allowing us to remember that this time frame right now is a healing transition. So again, more shadow work. This is going to be more about moving forward and finding peace in the present. Remember to guide yourself toward like the release. So this could be emotional, this could be physical, because again, Scorpio energy, you can get to the passionate part of that as well. So that's pretty much all I can say with YouTube, but a release. So take with that what you will. So this is going to be very much the moving forward and the healing. So whether this healing is going to be a physical journey or an emotional journey, it is up to whoever is watching this, whatever resonates with you. But again, I'm going to talk about shadow work, facing your fears. This is also, if you look at it, we've got choppy water down here and we have calm water here. So we are moving toward the calmer waters. We are leaving the chaos behind. We are doing another transition. You can honestly kind of look at this like a rebirth too, because again, with the healing journey, you're transitioning into another cycle. So this is really cool to see. I love this. Remember that the number six, this is the numerology of harmony, of balance, and again, finding peace with all of that. So again, overcoming those emotions, doing your shadow work, going inward is going to be important too, because you gotta work with the emotions that are coming out. If you are feeling like crying for no reason, sit with that. I also want to reiterate that any emotion is a human emotion and you should work through that. So if you're feeling like no emotion is a bad emotion is what I'm trying to say. Essentially, we're human. We are put on this earth to feel all of these things. So, you know, when we talk about being in a positive mindset, that is true when it comes to manifesting. We want to be very positive about what's coming into our lives. We want to be very open and happy and excited, because that's what makes it come to us quicker. But that doesn't negate the fact that we as humans will also feel sadness. We will also feel anger. We will also feel scared. Again, we're put on this earth to feel these things and to cycle through them. So if you were feeling scared, sad, unhappy, all of those emotions. That's okay. You're now going toward, and you're in this new moon cycle, going toward happy, peace, calm. So it doesn't mean that you were not practicing your manifestation or anything like that. What this just means is that you're cycling through your emotions like a human. So the next card is going to represent the advice. And would you look at that? I love this. This is the Empress. So this is reminding us to be open to receiving. The Empress is that divine feminine. So tap into that this new moon. Tap into being okay with letting it happen, surrendering to the outcome, surrendering to receiving, because the divine masculine is all about taking action, charging forward, pushing onward. But the Empress, this is the divine feminine, where it just allows you to sit back and know that you are going to be receiving everything that you want. So this is really cool to see. Again, self-care, self-love, this is what's going to be beneficial for you with this as well, because sometimes when we have those intense feelings, it is about sitting with them, working through them, and giving ourselves all that self-love and self-care. We might need to be tending to our emotional wounds during this time too, with this intensity. So that's where that self-love and self-care comes in too. It's not just about, again, sitting in a bathtub, reading a book. This is about really loving yourself, accepting your flaws, accepting all of you, knowing that no one is perfect, that we're not perfect. We are a work in progress at all times. And knowing that there is no wrong, or actually I should say there's no right way to be a human other than being loving of everyone, right? So this Empress energy is asking us to trust that we are attracting what we are desiring. Again, this is asking us to have faith in ourselves, have faith in the universe, have faith in the law of attraction, what we are manifesting. Do not rush things, because the Empress is very much in a relaxed state. She knows that things will come to her because she allows it to. Again, Empress energy, creativity, using that passion that you have to create what you want into the world. So the question is now, what do you want to birth into the world? What do you want to create? Because then now all you got to do is focus on that. So love yourself, love all of you, even if you're struggling, even if you're having a hard time, because I can definitely tell you it has been a struggle this past couple days for me personally. It's been an emotional roller coaster, so I'm sure a lot of you are feeling similarly. All right, with that being said, let's get into the oracle cards here, see what else we've got to see. This is going to be the Heavenly Bodies Astro deck. We've got Scorpio. So intensity, exposing, purging, and renewing. So those are all things that we are going to be experiencing. Then we have Aries energy. Interesting. And again, we have that fiery fire water. I love it. So independence, bravery, and passion. What I'm getting from here is this bravery and passion. It's going to take some bravery in order to really kind of work through this intensity and do some shadow work and some healing. It's going to take some bravery, but also passion for yourself, passion for what you want, passion for, actually I'm going to say compassion for yourself and what you've been through and what struggles you have been going through. Then we have mutable, which is interesting because Scorpio is not a mutable sign, but we have surrender, fluidity, and welcoming change. So that's what's important here, to be welcome to the change that will be happening. And then your last one here. Oh, I love it. We have the Venus card here. So give and receive love. We were talking about that, receiving. And again, with this beautiful Empress card here, it's all about Venus energy. Find value and see beauty. All right. Next up, we've got the Queen of the Moon cards, and we've got Faith. We were talking about Faith. This always gives me Empress vibes here because she's pregnant there in the picture. Creation. Have faith that everything will happen for you and for your manifesting, and things will be coming to you. Have faith in yourself that you've got this, that you are worthy. And then we have Focus, which we were talking about too. Love this. Focus on what you want. Focus on what you want to bring in. Focus on your goals and your desires. And your last Queen of the Moon, we have Action. So what I see with this is take inspired action when it's needed. So for instance, if you were trying to create something, that's the action you would take. Not forcefully creating something when your body and mind are not really in the in alignment to take that action. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're feeling down, if you're feeling sad, don't force it because it's not going to be authentically what you want, right? It's going to feel forced, kind of like rushed, and we don't want that. Take inspired action when the inspiration strikes. Okay, and next up we have the Starcodes Astro deck. And first up is Aries, and again with the Act. So Aries is very much a charge forward type of energy. They like to do, they like to get it done, and they like to get everything done almost in a rush sometimes. But this is, again, for me, telling you to act with inspired action. Also with passion, Aries is very passionate. They can be very fiery, and again, face your fears head on is what I'm seeing too. Face it, charge forward with it, know that you're going to get through to the other side of it. Then we have 4th house, home. So this could be a great time for you to focus on things revolving your home situation, whether it is the physical home or things that happen within the home. Then we also have 12th house, interesting, introspection. So looking inward, looking at what's going on emotionally, looking at how you're feeling, looking at how you are reacting to things. Are you receiving? Are you forcing things? Are you taking care of what you need to take care of? Are you really working towards your goals, or are you being very passive? And next we've got 11th house, community. Reach out to your community if you need to, if you need healing help. There's always people in your circle that are willing to help and willing to be there should you just ask. And sometimes that's all you need to do is just ask. Again, everybody doesn't know what everybody needs. You've got to kind of put yourself out there. So if there's something that you need help with, your community will absolutely 100% rise up and help you. No judgment either. And your last star codes, we've got the 9th house, exploration. So this might be a great time for you to explore what you really want, and also explore your emotions, explore what you find that you are lacking and what you find that you are wanting to bring in. Scorpio season, again, is a very intense season, but it's a very fun season too, because it's a lot of using your intuition, being really comfortable with things that are possibly considered taboo, a lot of things that might scare the average normie, I'll say muggle, even though that's really horrible to say, but like you get my point with it. There are things that to them might be really taboo, but for us who are, you know, finding things in the spiritual realm exciting and adventurous, that might be something that you check out and kind of dive a little bit deeper into. So explore this cycle, explore during this new moon, figure out what, you know, really you're passionate about. Okay. And then we've got the Halloween Oracle here. First card, we have Ghost, Regret. Don't have any regrets through this cycle. Okay, so ghosts can be unfinished business, and this can symbolize to some shadow work that maybe you need to look into. What was unfinished? What do you need to finish? What do you need to work on? What do you need to dive deeper into so you don't have any regrets moving forward? It can be a very heavy card. Then we have the underworld. So we are where all things pause and begin again. So rebirth, transformation. This I am completely reminded of Persephone, where she goes down into the underworld for 6 months, and the next 6 months she's she's on on world. So very much about the phoenix transforming out of those ashes into a fiery bird. But in order to do that, you need to pause and be okay with allowing yourself to take a breath, take a moment. Then you can assess what needs to be assessed to figure out where you need to begin again. Pause. Next up, we have ancestors, the love and legacy of our DNA. This might be a fantastic time. Since Halloween is literally right around the corner, it's crazy. And same with those of you who practice Dia de los Muertos. This can be a fantastic time for you to connect with your ancestors. So however you see fit with that, fantastic time. And your last Halloween oracle, we have winter, the sacredness of pausing. So we are transitioning into winter soon, which I think that's kind of funny that this card came out. But at the same time, this is going to be a great moment to just pause and really go within and know that just like winter, sometimes we need to go within and let some things die off and separate from us in order to blossom in the spring. So know that sometimes the new moon can also bring about a lot of letting go and surrendering. And the last cards I have for you are the Oracle of the Witch here, the Reclaim Your Birthright. And I asked for some rituals or things that maybe we can do collectively if we are into magical workings with this energy of the new moon in the solar eclipse. First card that came up is spell casting, and it is manifestation. So doing those spells for manifesting, obviously, like we talked about earlier, law of attraction, writing down your goals, figuring out, affirmations for that as well. 369. And then we have candle magic. So setting intentions. Then we have moot, which is gathering. So some of us will gather with our covens or gather with family and friends that celebrate these things, and that would be a fantastic time for you to raise some energy. Then we've got cures and remedies, healing. Fantastic time for healing rituals. And your last card here is not magic, so binding. If you guys are into binding, not everybody is. Again, practice how you see fit and what you see comfortable with. Not magic is great for binding what you no longer want, what no longer serves you. And that would be a great practice for those of you who want to do that as well. So with that being said, if you're feeling intense emotions, it's okay. Sit with it. Release those emotions. Let it happen. Remember, you are human. Remember that it is human to feel. It is human to go through these things. And it's perfectly normal, perfectly okay. It's just going to be intensified during this new moon because of the solar eclipse. So not only would it have been intense in general with Scorpio, but now we have the solar eclipse. So that's just going to bring a whole nother level to it. So with that being said, take this time to do some inner work, some healing work. Know that we're going to go to the calm after the storm. This is a brand new cycle, brand new goals and intentions, brand new journey. Take with this the knowledge of that it's a new day, that it is a rebirth for us. With that being said, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I wish you nothing but love and success and fun during this new moon. If you have any rituals or anything that you are going to be attempting and feel like sharing, let me know down in the comment section below. If there's anything that Anything else that you would like to add to this conversation, let me know down in the comment section as well. I always love reading what you guys have to say. Thank you so much again for your love and support. I really appreciate the heck out of you guys. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me. Thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.